sucks, I'll kill you.
Okay, no,
How
it's
about
fine.
that?
All right.
No pressure.
I'll run everything by you before we do it.
No pressure.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Well, let's see. I have a little thing here. All right. So, welcome to Jiving with Jasper. This is the one and only Jasper DeSanto. Say hello.
Hello, folks. How are you? She talked me into it, so I'm
Okay.
here
Yeah.
today.
He's against his will. He is on video. So excited. All right. So we're just going to go through our history. We're going to start from like way back when, on how we met. How did we meet? What do you remember?
Carolyn was luckily brought into my office when I was birthing Harvard Realty. It had been there for a little while, but she was the least likely candidate to ever come to Harvard Realty. She was corporate everything, went through, interviewed probably with 5 or 6 big offices at the time, and I think it was Karen then brought her and said, "No, you have to talk to me." At least that's how I
Yep.
remember it.
That's exactly how it went.
So she came in and she was full of the Carnegie Institute, all kinds. She knew everything. And
Kind of did.
I didn't need someone to come into my office that knew everything because I knew everything also. So we got through it as she committed to coming to my company at the time. And the rest is history. This kid grew wings like you can't believe. I guess you know because you're in her format. But I was lucky for her to have absorbed my office. And it took a while, did all that. But we loved training, grooming, growing. Harvard grew exponentially because of Carolyn. There were a few other people involved. Obviously, I grew some agents, and they were pretty powerful in their own right. I don't think I got lucky. I think we really earned and deserved what we did. And at the end of the day, Harvard was not about itself, it was about the people. The only thing I really taught them was that most brokers don't do was there's people in these folders. I'll say my line. I wasn't going to do this, but the house is easy, the money's a pain in the butt, and the rest will follow. But there's people in this folder. And yeah, I was a little arrogant, and we started with, we will be impeccable inside this folder. Uh, Impeccability is a hard thing to achieve. We got it most of the time, I have to say. And when we didn't, we were so close, people didn't care. We did a lot of great business. And I started it, but her made it flower, made it embellish, made it grow, made it extremely palatable for the general public. Because I'm a little gruff at the end of the day.
Just a little.
But we got it done, and I am thrilled that only for her would I sit in front of this video camera. So, how you doing?
I appreciate that. So that was the beginning. I came in, I sat down. I know that I had my son who was in a car seat carrier because my kids did come to showings and everything but closings. I really left them behind. And fun stories to tell about that. Don't leave them in the car. I got the van with the DVD player thinking that they could entertain themselves. But then I also forgot that I might have had whiteout in the front seat of my car too. And my brand new van at the time was then splattered with whiteout, and that doesn't come out, in case anybody doesn't know. So that was a story that I got to tell. But yes, we fought. We fought because I thought I knew things that I absolutely had no clue in the industry. I studied real estate when I was right out of high school, thinking that I was going to get my license then, but then I started raising a family. So when I came to him, it was very quick that I found out that he has not only the experience, but the means and the ways to do this industry. Because had I landed anywhere else, I would have been a corporate asshole, as he likes to say. And that's not who we are now. but we are with Caldwell Banker now, and we'll get to that later in our story. But do you remember the times where you made me leave a commission on the table? It's good training. Don't get me wrong. At the time, it might have hurt, but it taught. Do you remember?
What we never missed was, and I could say this proudly, I guess, that, and again, I've already said it, there are people in here, and our strength was we cared about the people. And we just interviewed someone 20 minutes ago. We generally don't do that, but we're thinking of absorbing someone into her team and helping again. I'm a little fired up for it because I haven't mentored anybody in quite some time. And until I opened my company, I didn't know I was a mentor. I didn't know all that. But I believe I was born for it because I don't know how else to talk. I train people, I do it. And luckily, my credential would be the strength of the people that came to me and grew through my company, which became our company at the end of the day. I was always the owner, I was all that. But we did try to get into the transition. We're sitting in a Caldwell Banker office right now in one of their settlement rooms. And I had never thought I would be corporate anything because we were better than corporate. We were just more on time, personable. And if we didn't know it, we didn't move until we found it. So it's just, I was raised that way. And that's how we did it. And that's how my kids, as I called them, agents, were raised that way too. If you don't know what you're doing, drop the pencil. Back then, you used to have to write real estate deals.
Carbon.
Well, yeah, carbon copies, all the above. But
Right
you
at the
could
fax
never,
machines.
this is one of my strengths. You can never hurt anybody if you drop the pen. Just drop the pen. So again, I don't know where we're going with that, but at the end of the day, that was a big piece of us. So
And it's always the right thing to do. Well, I dropped the pen.
This is our 10-year anniversary of being happenstance. I did it on my birthday so I wouldn't forget. So yesterday was our 10-year anniversary of Caldwell Banker. Was it the right choice?
I'll put that on for a second.
It was the
comes
right
back
choice
off.
at the end of the day because we're still here. Don't have to be. She can be anywhere she wants to be, any colored shirt, any hat. She can do whatever she wants to do. She's that powerful in the industry. I still have what I have. People call me, I have exponential. I haven't done an advertising in 100 years, but I still help people and I'm glad to do it and I'm thrilled to do it. I still enjoy what I do. To me, there's no greater thrill in real estate. It's nice to fold the check and get your money. It's very nice to get paid. But when you're in a home with first-time buyers especially, and they warm up and you're in the kitchen and they know they want it to be their home. You know it too. As a good agent, you know when it's time to do it. And then if you do it right, you do your best to get that home for those people. It's hard to do, especially in these markets. It's hard to do. But to me, and I believe in her, there's no greater feeling than serving the client and making them happy at the end of the day. So it's not just the finish, it's the story after it. So
it's the people in it. It's the
we've
people in it.
just done that. We've done that from the very beginning. It was fun. I loved growing my company. I loved doing advertising. I loved grooming my agents. Being a groomer. I'm not that much of a groomer personally, but it was nice to build a bridge and a ship and all the above. And pardon me, she's still a kid to me. This kid carries that on times 10. The innovation she does is incredible.
Here we are making videos.
Yeah,
Innovation.
exactly. She drugged me into a video. So there's the power of Carolyn Prante. So at that point, I'm going to let her talk. I love her videos. I've seen them. They've gotten better every time I see them. She's still on a growth period.
I am.
But
Absolutely.
they're very good and informative. And at the end of the day, This is her game. And
So
I'm just happy to have sat in a little bit and talked about what I do know, is growing our system, doing our thing, and not so much anymore. This is her game totally. I'm happy to support it and be any part of it at all.
so
So
I will
now
go.
it's
I will
you.
go back to Harvard. Technology, right? Like we had all the soul, we had the systems, so to speak, and we had the soul of that company. We also had property management, which is, if anybody does property management, you know that that is a 24/7 business. And on Christmas Eve, when you get the call that they don't have any heat, and now you stop everything. Like property management was good. That's that was his strength. That was absolutely not my strength
It's
at
how I
all.
fed my children, to be
And
blunt.
again, I'll say Benny McGuire Bianco. She was with us for just a blip, and she came in as a single mom, and she taught me how to reverse market on Craigslist because our industry, it takes time. You find the house, you do the agreement, the inspection might suck, and now that paycheck that you thought you were getting isn't coming anymore. So budgeting, not my strong suit, but work in rentals, that's something that you can consistently do. So that was one thing that I did like about property management, because there was always renters who needed a place, and there was always the properties he managed that needed tenants in them. So that definitely held the curve for a very long time. But the reason why we made the move and we shut that down is because technology, innovation, we neither one of us knew how to do that. Where an established company like Coldwell Banker, they had more of a plug and play, and we both knew that the best way to serve our clients was to change this mug into a Coldwell Banker mug, which I don't have one, so I would make it. Maybe I'll create it. Maybe I'll create one later. So that's why we still lament very very heavily on how much fun we had at Harvard and how many people we helped at Harvard. He taught marketing before we knew. Like, shout out to Shaughnessy Naughton, come in and talk to us and be on here. But her family ran the real estate book, and it was always a good day when Shaughnessy would come walk into our office, because we knew we she is an amazing person, but she also knew marketing that we didn't know. So he knew it, but he also just loved seeing Shaughnessy walk through the door because she's gorgeous.
And she's gorgeous,
And she's
exactly.
gorgeous.
Had to be said.
But she was an amazing part of our business early on, because that real estate book, our clients were thrilled that we spent the money to get their houses in that book, because we didn't have a million websites that everything was going to. So shout out to Shaughnessy in our old days. There were always good days at our company. And I mean, what else? What else? There's a lot to be said about Harvard. There really is.
You would need a lot of chapters of these videos for us to get into
Yes.
what we did, how we did it, where we went. And I'll throw a tag in too. We could have been in any office there was. We went to the Caldwell Banker in Conshohocken because of David. David was
Shout out to David Krieger. Hey,
Yeah,
David.
he was a power source. He was all the above. I solicited by a lot of because they wanted my stable, and I was part of it. Um, but David filled the bill at the end of the day. I believe I called him after a while when it was time. I had parked the property management book, so I didn't need what I had going at that point. I was done with it. And but I like country Coldwell Banker too. I mean,
Lou Masello was our
there's a
broker.
reason we're still blue.
Shout out to
There's
Lou.
yeah, there's a reason we're still that comfort level thing, and close to my house. To be honest,
Yep.
it helped a lot. But it had good game, a lot of good agents, a lot of power, a lot of play, and it served our clients at the end of the day. Coldwell Banker Signs, I never had a problem with my name on it because they're a pretty powerful group in their own right. But we made it ours. What we touch in Caldwell Banker is ours at the end of the day. We respect whose flag we're under. We do all that, but she's right. At the end of the day, we're always going to be a whole bunch of Harvard, but we know how to wear the corporate colors too.
Yeah.
So
Corporate.
on that, I don't know what else to tell you. Like I said, I think we would need 100 chapters to just keep talking real estate with you. Glad to do it. If you get to her and have a subject you want to do, she certainly can do any of it. But I would probably stop in once in a while and make a comment or two.
He's
Depending on
gonna.
how, depending
Driving
on,
with Jasper is going to be a series,
depending
so
on how
whether he
this
knows
looks
it or
on
not,
Facebook, I'll let you know if there'll be a chapter 2.
there will be.
So on that note, thanks for putting up with us. I will always be proud to sit next to her, and the rest of the world will be better for it. I can't not say that. So have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Probably before
We'll
summer's
be back.
out, we'll be
We're not
talking
done
to you
recording
again.
yet, but we'll stop this clip here.
She
We'll be
certainly
right
will.
back. All right, we stopped the clip now. Now we put on our Harvard shirts. It's going to be so good. Okay, here. Just put it on over your shirt because we're
I'm
going to
not putting
lunch
this
after
thing
this.
on at all, but thanks to Benny Grisafi for hooking me up with a vendor.
Wait, here's our.
He's passed. He's one of my great friends ever. But he
Benny.
was part of it. So there were a lot of people that were part of our Harvard world at the end of the day, and we were better for it. And
There
so
was.
were our clients. So
So
Thank
we had we'll shout out to Bill Harganon. He turned me on to Bill Harganon as literally I will say he was one of the very best home inspectors in this industry. If other agents have used him, you would know that. All of our clients, I don't think.
oh, hold on, Bill Kenny.
Oh,
Bill Kenny was my first mortgage man that I led in my office. We were solicited by a lot of them. We were, this is a bold statement, we were kind of kindred souls. We were virtually identical, but different. So Bill came in and he was trying to teach my girls, quick story, but I love this guy and
he
passed.
was.
So, but he came in and he was trying to do the company thing of training my girls how to qualify buyers and all that. And I stopped him. And he's looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing? You called me in." I said, "Look, here's the deal. The industry, and this just goes down the board. Industries change every day. So if your real estate certainly changes every day, but the money part, unless you're on it every day, you can't be complete. You can't be good at it. So I stopped him from training my girls to qualify people and put them through to a competent mortgage guy. They knew to tell us within hours if our clients were capable or not. Not so much for us, but then we would turn, if they weren't ready, we would groom them. So it just gets back to, and I'm always be redundant with it, it's about the people. So we did that at whatever expense it was, we took care of the people in our world. And yeah, I'm a broken record. But on that note, turn this damn thing off.
No, we're not done yet. So so we hit Shaughnessy, we hit Bill Harganon. Who are we missing?
We're not missing much.
Yes, we are. Hold on a second.
Collegeville Bakery, they were a big part of Harvard.
We will shout out to them.
They were
for
tiny
sure.
when they started. It was a couple old people and their daughter selling rolls and making good product. But what a birth they've had. They're like exponentially powerful now. So
And
a lot of history.
That was called agent retention because their ham and cheese sandwiches on rye bread probably kept me there. After we might have a heavy discussion about the way I've done something, because there were some of them. Anybody who knows us knows that there were some of them, because I'm hard-headed and he does know better, and I have given that to him. But I always knew when I would have a Collegeville bakery ham and cheese sandwich on rye bread with lettuce and mayonnaise, then I knew that he still loved me,
That
and
came
that
from
he
my
would,
family.
and that he wasn't
I
kicking me
fed
out of
my
the
crew.
office.
I made sure my crew ate every day.
Yes, he did.
And the attendance was good because of it.
Yes.
So we did all that.
Yeah, if you want people in the office, just tell them we're going to breakfast or Collegeville Bakery for lunch, because we're showing up. And then we had on the tough days, and again, there were a lot of tough days. So like you see us sitting here now, we're still in this industry. We still love what we do, but 2008, 9, 10, they were incredibly challenging years for everybody in the industry, like no doubt. I said, I'm going to learn how to help people stay in their house. And he supported me on that. Like, he's just like, well, you have kids to feed. Well, I did. But he made his hot pork for us, which my kids still look forward to every day, at least once a week. And then he would make his sauce and meatballs for us. So he fed my kids through my learning curve with short sales for sure. But that was, as hard of years that was pretty rewarding for both of us to see that we beat the bank. Somebody stayed in their house for 3 years while they saved their money to move to their next house. So, and that was support that I don't think I would have gotten anywhere else. In fact, 110% I would have not got that anywhere else.
Oh, hold on. That's what she learned at her own right. No one was better at keeping a troubled financial situation in their home to the benefit of both the bank and the client. And it all worked out. And that was never easily done. This kid came out of her shoes to do that for people. I didn't do any of that. I supported it. But she was innovative is a small word compared to what she did. So, but that's beyond. That's history. She did, but that was an era where it needed it, and she still has clients to this day that don't breathe without her because she did saved a lot. So, but that's what we were there for at the end of the day. If it was an easy deal, thank you. We appreciate it. If it was a tough deal, thank you again. Thanks for letting us in the group and then make it happen for you. I didn't know any other way. She wouldn't take any other way. So we were a perfect team, to be honest about it. And if it came out of my office, it was a powerful thing. My receptionist knew more about real estate than the average agent in the field today. And that's not hard to do. The average agent, I'll digress. It's not my world. So, but either way, have a good day. And eventually, if we're around for a few more chapters, we'll talk about the happy hours too.
Oh, the happy hours, they get their own. You'll see us in different clothes for the happy hour talks.
Turn this puppy off.
All right, wait, one more. So, what did you think when I first came in and I sat at your office and you brought me in? What did you think? Where did you see my career going? Where did you think I would be now, 25 years later? Where did you think I'd be?
Well, in the very beginning, meeting Carolyn, she was all herself and all that, and there was no space in the room for that in my office at the time. I was that. But she stayed, she got in and all that exponentially. I didn't think she would stay a day, but I'm grateful that she did. And again, we've already said all this
I know,
stuff,
but I'm grateful
but
too.
she would never accept, her goals were always higher than her achievements and will be to this day. And she's got a portfolio and book that most people would die for, but she wants to be better, always wanted to be better. And at the end of the day, the better she was, the better her clients were served. Maybe she got part of that from me, but she had it in herself too. You can't be a mom and all that she did, and not have that in you. I might have just brought it to the front a little more, because when you're changing diapers and all that, it's hard to build your career. She did that too. And now, not changing diapers, nothing she can't do. She got me on a goddamn video. So
Well,
I'm done. And
got me
shut
on a
this
bit.
puppy
Wait,
down
one more,
before
one
I
more.
find the switch.
Wait a minute. Okay. So what, okay, I'm going to start so we can cut that. What didn't realtors know how to do back then that agents today have lost? Like, so what we did as agents back in the day, what's been lost in the translation to get us to 2026? What's the biggest thing that you see that agents have lost?
Well, I guess all I could say is what we started with again. I'm going to be redundant, you know. Back then, even the more staid corporate people, they worked with people more because corporate couldn't just hand you 1,000 people. Even back then, it just wasn't there. So I started my company before the internet. Go picture. Like, try and even conceive that today. Once the internet came, corporate took off on it. They had their thing, and it's fabulous. It does serve the industry. It does all that, but it's cold. It's incomplete, in my opinion. Again, I'm old. I will always be old school, but at the end of the day, I taught my people, and it was in me that we just interviewed someone. Real estate is 24 hours a day. You either have the brain for it, the mentality, and the personality for it, or you don't. Even my gruff personality was trained to dumb down, hold it back, and serve the client. So, but we did it. So I just told the new guy that we're talking to, when you're walking down the road in the supermarket, and you hear Mary talking to Sally about their son looking for a home and all, bam, you interject. You don't forcefully put yourself in the middle. You become their neighbor. You become their person in the community. You be that. And if you're not there, you can't fake it. So you just do it. You know, I've gotten more. I mean, we used to work for leads. We used to build the work. We used to make that phone ring. On iOpen, if you weren't in the yellow pages, picture this. No one thought you were a company. They thought you were that. So we had to wait for the yellow pages when I opened my company. I had a phone, I had a legal pad, and I had a pencil. And that was the start of friggin' Harvard Realty. But this one, through that and growing into it, there was just a lot of soul in the office from the very first day. We just added to it.
It was his soul.
But
Rubbed off.
there was power too. My agents, our group, we did it all. We took care of people. We made sure it was there. And talk about innovation. There wasn't the internet. How much more innovation could there have been in our process? So, but we kept up with it. We embellished it. We learned it, and we did it. We used it to serve our clients, never just ourselves. One of my things. Just be good at what you do. The money will follow. You chase that dollar, you're missing your client. You're missing the real need for you to do your job. The money comes if you do the right thing. And you can only do the right thing by serving your client. Even the bad clients. It's just part of it. Because your name is on the folder. Respect. Maybe it's prideful. But I didn't know how else to say I would help somebody and not do it. And so my agents behind me, same thing. So you got full bore no matter what. If there was a Harvard thing on your thing or our phone numbers, now that we're called a banker, if you know, at the end of the day, if you touch one of our systems, you're going to be served the best we can do it. And if we don't know, we'll figure it out for you. So.
And I'll be a little conceited because I think our system and our team goes above and beyond what most agents do for their clients. I don't know, maybe my clients, maybe you want to comment underneath. If you've worked with us, what was your experience? You can comment underneath. And
be nice.
Be nice. Tell us the truth because I know how to get rid of comments now too. I'm learning. Okay, so why do we think, what's the longevity? What's the secret to stay in this business as long as we have?
Well, first off, it pays the bills.
Yeah.
But you gotta, it's not just the money. At the end of the day, maybe I'm just different. I never, well, I always needed the money because I had a family to raise also. No one just handed me
Everybody
money
always
to
needs the
feed my
money.
kids. But the longevity is I still love what I do. I don't do it as much as I used to because I have, I'm older and I have
He likes to
other
garden, he still
things,
fishes.
play with my grandkids, stuff like that. But when that phone rings, I just go in the automatic pilot. I just do it, and I wouldn't do any less, I guess. If my number is still in anybody's phone, yep, it's worth hitting because I still do it the way I always did it. And if you have my number, I obviously served you at some level. And new
And it,
people, hopefully you'll be fun when you meet me. That's all I
oh,
could
you'll
say.
be so excited.
So,
So excited. Okay, well, thank you for today because we'll be back doing this again. So don't follow our series, Jiving with Jasper. If
well,
you're a new agent,
we'll
you'll
see
learn a
how
lot.
it goes. But thank you.
Yeah, but you definitely want to come back for the happy hour stories because they're some hoots. Okay, thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day. Say goodbye.
Take care. Goodbye.
All right.